Good evening, thank you. Welcome back to White Horse Thunder World of Food on White Horse Thunder YouTube channel. And we ask you to like us and subscribe, as always. This is a Friday night, and we are going to be doing egg rolls using a more traditional egg roll pastry, and we're doing it with beef. We do have some already rolled that has shrimp and beef in it. That was done with the spring roll pastry instead. So we're trying both. I will tell you that the egg roll pastry is a smaller square, because here's the spring roll right here. Okay, and that's the size of the pastry. And they're always in squares. And if you look over here, this is the one we're using that was the egg roll, the traditional, if you Chinese, go to an Asian restaurant and that and whatnot. And this is by Nasoya. It's supposed to be a new and improved. And ironically, we were able to pick this up at actually a Publix, which is not an Asian market. This one here we picked up at one of the Asian markets local. We're also going to be using this special sauce that you can dip your egg rolls in. This is something that Julie made a few days ago. She made enough that she was able to keep using it on and off for several meals and appetizers. But this is a combination of coconut water, lime soda, sugar cane, and honey. And we always use local honey, which even today, here's some right here. And it's always raw and unfiltered. It's less in terms of sugar content. It's healthier. Your body processes it differently than a processed sugar. So even if it's not honey, always use sugar cane, raw sugar, any of those, okay? She's actually washing her hands right now. And this is important. I mentioned this in our video yesterday. Always, before you start working with food, if you're going to be handling it with your hands, and egg rolls, you can't help but do this. You are washing your hands, and this is egg yolk, okay? That you're going to be using for sealing the egg roll, okay? Okay. Well, you don't have to. Going back to the traditional. I thought she was going to smack that around a bit. She gets so upset. So this is a spring roll pastry for an egg roll. All right, just going to lay that out on a plate. Always use a big plate. This is a ground beef mix that also has carrots and cabbage in it already, and marinated for quite a bit of time. She's going to take the egg yolks, put it in the corners, and that's going to help when you go to roll this. It's going to act as like a glue or a seal. Okay, and you always, whatever you're going to fill it with, you start in one corner. And if you see what she's doing there, and then she's going to roll this directly to the opposite corner. Okay, you go a little slow. She's going to fold it over after she's able to roll it once completely, and then she's going to continue to roll that very slow and tight. You want these, okay? And then she's a little bit of egg yolk to seal the outside of it. Looks easy, doesn't it? There she goes. She's going to do another one here. We're actually going to be testing out the beef with the other one, which is a beef and a shrimp. Okay, there again, she's doing the corners. See, with the egg yolk. All right, she's going to get a healthy helping in here of the filling. There's actually 3 kinds of cabbage in this. Savoy is one of them, and there's kale in here too, besides the shredded carrots. Again, she's rolling slow, tight, and then she's going to seal that up with a little bit of yolk. Okay. On the stove, we already have a preheated sauce pot that has oil in it, and today we're doing a different oil. This is a Mazola corn, and this one is a heart healthy, 100% cholesterol free. Careful. And when you're working with hot oil, just be really careful there. Just, let that just drop in there. It's going to take a little bit of a swim. Okay. And we're working with a kind of a not quite, but almost a medium heat here today, only because this had been preheated, and again, we're working with a corn oil, which is a little different than what we were working with the other day. We did coconut oil before with this, and she's already got a strainer set up and got paper towel in there, because when you get done with the egg rolls, you're going to put it on some paper towel in the strainer, and that's going to let the excess oil get soaked up in there. Okay, so our idea is when you bite into these, you don't want to have the oil dripping and all that, and it's just not a good taste. It's just not what these should be. They should be really kind of dry inside. You're going to taste some corn oil in here, obviously, but it's going to come from the outside more than the inside, and this is going to get a nice crunch on it. So anyways, I hope you're being safe and healthy, wearing a mask out there. Again, it's Friday, so happy Friday, but happy weekend. I'm going to say this again, but throughout, but we always ask you to like and subscribe us at White Horse Thunder YouTube. Again, this is White Horse Thunder World of Food, which is a connection to the White Horse Thunder World of Food on Facebook. Okay. And Julie, as in Julie Lee, she is an author also of A Voice from the White Horse, which is in pre-production as a short film, and currently. So if you get a chance, you go to Julie Lee's fan page there, and you can keep up to date with what she's doing there, as well as the World of Food Facebook. So you got Facebook, White Horse Thunder World of Food, and on Facebook also the Julie Lee's fan page. Julie Lee fans, it's easy. Okay, now it's starting to really bubble. You can hear that, and they're starting to change a little color there. And they're probably going to get more of like a golden brown. There you go. She's going to use chopsticks to kind of move these around. And you should turn them every once in a while, even though they're completely under the oil there. There we go. Adding a couple more in here. So So I don't know what you folks have going on for the weekend. We may be taking a break at least one day here, so you might not see a video for, at least cooking wise. Maybe one for traveling for tomorrow. And another thing that we had given a preview on yesterday's video that we did today, or actually this marinated for well over a day, more like a day and a half to 2 days almost. But we just pulled this out of the oven probably a few minutes ago, and this is a garlic ginger baked chicken. Okay, you see how that turned out. We baked this at 375 for actually 350 for about 20 minutes, and then we increased the temperature up to 375 and did that for about 30 minutes roughly. Okay, you got the option to go out to higher temperature to start out with. We purposely did not want this to get all dried out, so we were kind of being careful with the cooking temperature and how long that it would be in there. Also, you can see there's some pepper in here that was part of the marinade. We actually took the marinade, got really thick, so right, before we put this in the oven, we transferred it to this baking dish, and then we poured the marinade over the chicken. This is a small roasting chicken, pretty much the size that you get when you go out and buy a rotisserie chicken. Now, one other thing, tip, halfway through the process, you flip this over, okay? That way it'll cook evenly. And then also in terms of the marinade that's in there, that will help keep that nice and moist, not just for eating today, but for future leftover meals. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Okay. So again, this was a garlic ginger baked chicken over here. I'm going to go back, kind of flip it around here, but just so you can get a look at these egg rolls again. Okay, and we're up onto a high heat at this point. Okay, and those ones that went in first are starting to getting that golden color. Okay, she's just kind of mixing them around. Okay, and actually, as we're looking at these, we're going to be sampling these tonight along with having that chicken. We got some broccoli as a side, and some multicolored carrots that we're going to be heating up. And also, always great to pair. We're actually using a new wine today. I'm going to show this to you. But it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, but this is from Charles Shaw. It's from California. You saw that there. They're a fairly new vineyard, at least being carried here in this area. But I've been seeing them pop up within the last maybe a couple years here in Cali. Sometimes wine distribution, you don't see all wines available all over. Okay. One place I will tell you to check out is Total Wine, and they're more than just wine. Okay, you'll find all kinds of ales and beers also, and you'll also find liquor. If you want the harder stuff, but again, they're pretty much all over. They're national, good prices, incredible selection, and very, very informative personnel there. And these are floating now more. Than when we first put those in, you notice they kind of sank, but they're coming to the top on their own now. And Julie is actually, right now, as we're watching this, she's carving up that chicken. Also, putting it on a plate. So, anyways, that you're on. Okay, when they're floating like that, they're done. There you go. See the color? Okay. Remember, that was only just a moment or so ago that I mentioned that you can now see them. Okay. So, and again, she's taking these and transferring them to a place to let them dry off a little bit, and that's going to soak up some of that extra oil that's on the outside there. Okay. And that is the finished product on the egg rolls. And I'm just going to take you over here just so you can see. Okay, and we cut some chicken off of there. Okay, there's a plate with also some fresh made rice. And I'm going to ask Julie if there's anything she wants to add to what we covered today.
Now I'm going to have to taste the egg roll.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to get my sauce.
Okay.
Get the press down.
Yeah.
The oil. So they won't be too oily.
All right.
Okay? Like 1 second.
Mm-hmm. And it gives them a chance to cool off a little bit too. All right. So there you go. Just going to cut into that so you can see what it looks like inside. There we go.
So this is ground beef.
There's the ground beef. Okay.
Still steaming, still hot.
Yes.
I have to throw a little bit. Since I'm hungry, that's why I'm blowing. Okay. I can smell the ginger in there too.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. Good, right? Okay.
Ginger tastes good. Garlic and everything else in there maybe. Ground beef angus. Angus ground beef. That's actually hamburger package. The angus hamburger.
Okay.
So we can make a hamburger egg roll. This is hamburger egg roll. Thank you. Have a nice day. We're gonna eat. Bye.
All right, that's it. Bye from White House Thunder World of Food. And everyone's going to go eat. And again, thank you for stopping in today. And again, just giving you a look at that. And ciao for now.